Dumelang, Abusheni, Molweni. Yeah, welcome to the All Mutual Keep Hope Alive show. Today I've got two of my good friends in the game, good friends in the industry. It's actually even two generations of friends in the game. On my left, I've got my friend Mike Skululo. They call him Lulo Cafe. I don't know what that means. And on my right, I've got DJ Ganyani. I call him Mandangu. And don't ask me what that means. And yeah, well, today we're just going to have a conversation about the industry, like what's been happening, more especially this year. But let's start back, as DJs. I think let me start with the younger generation. Sorry, Mandangu, coming back to you. Yeah. Lula Cafe, you are a DJ, producer, radio presenter as well. Briefly, what does DJing mean, Grand? According to you, like maybe take me through, like even briefly, when you started to now and what it means to you.
Well, for me, it before I even started, I viewed it as something that carries so much power within the music industry scene, because DJs, we are the ones that take music from all artists and pack it up into one curated hour. If so. So I mean, the kind of power that you possess with that, and you are actually giving it to the people, and you are not just doing your own music, because I don't think, honestly, I don't see DJing as just playing your own music, whether you're a producer or not. You take it from different producers, music done under different influences, with in different studios, and you curate it into one thing. So I liked it because of that kind of power and that kind of diversity. And I mean, throughout the years since I've been doing it kind of like cemented that for me, that okay, this is what DJing is about. We are curators of music. We are people that actually represent so many artists all in one packaged hour or 2 hours.
Well, nicely put. My man Ganyani, to you.
Sure.
You've been doing it for many years.
Yeah.
So what does it mean to you? Like, what is it?
For me, it's just it's playing music to entertain people. It doesn't matter which genre it is. Yeah.
And you still love it today as you did when you started back in the day?
Exactly. Even though, age is catching up. Well, I still enjoy, entertaining people. The only challenge is the traveling side of things. We travel a lot. You must bear in mind, some of these places that we play at don't have airports.
Of course, yeah.
And sometimes we have about 3 to 4 gigs in one day. So I don't have a private jet. I wish I had one. So you're forced to drive.
Of course.
I know the driving conditions, some of these places, are just not good. Some areas have got potholes, stray animals, and all those things. So yeah, traveling has been a challenge. It is still a challenge, but I still enjoy, entertaining people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it too. I mean, it's our livelihood anyway. It's a job, actually. Yeah.
Do you guys find that you are starting to take less gigs now, just so you are not wearing yourself out? Because I've found that, many Decembers ago, I would take as many gigs as possible. But now you kind of think, okay, New Year's Eve, if I could take just one good gig or two around, drive. I mean, there were nights where I've spent the break of the year in the streets, on the road. And after a while, you start being very selective, but obviously still taking care of the business.
Yeah.
Do you find that throughout the years, you guys have changed how you take gigs, or namanje nje? we are still moving.
Remember, and I still say it because it's a job. I think I look at it as a job. It's a 9 to 5. So look, if you can take one, if you get one good paying gig, do that. If you take two that can match that one gig, still cool. But I mean, taking 4 or 5 gigs, sometimes it's strenuous. Ganyani, I mean, you just mentioned that the traveling is a problem.
Yeah.
So think about it. I mean, now you're moving from province to province. I mean, yes, I mean, this year it's a different one. But last year, Northwest, Limpopo, Gauteng, all in a day. I mean, when you go to sleep, I mean, how do you feel? It's like you're tired.
Yeah.
Very tired. Yes, you got paid, but it's tired. So basically, all I'm saying is that, look, I mean, maybe take care of yourself as well. Remember, I mean, all these chats are about empowering, inspiring someone, a young kid out there who wants to get into the game. What does it take? You know, why are these guys doing it, and why are they still doing it even today? So I'm going to jump on to the next point, which is quite interesting as well. Something like you are both producers. You know, you make music, and when it comes to production, do you still get the same feel, like the drive, like your first production? Let's say, let me start with Ganyani. Your first production, when your first release, own production. Did you have fun? Did you like what you're doing? And, you know, what was the processes behind that?
Look, Manang, it's different. In the beginning, you know, they released the compilations.
Yes.
Yes. You know, that was before we started doing our own
Your own music, yeah.
You know. There comes a time where you feel you're playing a certain song. You feel that there might be elements that you might add on that particular song, you know, to give it, you know, a bit of a boost. So it was so exciting for me, you know, to buy my first studio equipment.
Yes.
I still remember I used to do this with Jorge, the late Jorge,
Yes,
Terry's younger brother. The first song that we worked on, you know, we featured Kenzie. You know, it was so exciting, and you know, the drive that I had back then, you know, it's still the same.
It's still there,
if not
even
more.
today.
Because now I've gone more into production.
Yeah.
You know, so if you've noticed, my past 2 or 3 albums, it's 100% studio production, you know, albums. Do you understand?
It's cool.
And
yeah.
Which takes me back to what I raised earlier on about the traveling side of it.
Yeah.
You know? So I have decided, you know, to spend, you know, a lot of time in the studio now. To understand, doing my own production, and obviously signing, you know,
Other artists or something. Yeah.
a couple of, you know, artists and producers. I'm not looking at signing a lot, you know. So, but yeah, honestly speaking, you know, I'm looking at, you know, investing a lot of my time in studio production.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, look, I totally support that, because, I mean, when you're making your own music, you know, it's 100%, you own it. You don't owe anyone. Everything is yours. Now, moving on to Lulo Cafe. Yes, we've touched on what Ganyani does production-wise. You're doing production. I think one important aspect that a lot of producers, young kids out there who are making music, they seem to be missing. You make a song. You like it, you play to your friends and whatever, it's good. But remember, now I'm going to jump into radio. This song must get into radio to make more sense, right? More revenue. How do these young kids, or how do they approach a radio station to get my song onto a radio station? And I'm not talking about where we work. No, I'm talking about radio in general, you know?
It's such a tricky game.
Yes.
to get your music to radio, but obviously, like the general way is
Yes.
to try and find all the email addresses. And the sad thing is that, again, the information is not out there as easily as it should be. There are a lot of producers with great music, and singers and everyone, but they don't even know how to submit a song.
Yes.
And also even just how to register their song with Samro and get an ISRC code, all those things. They don't have that information because, I don't know, it's not part of our conversations usually.
Yes.
Rona fella just want to get into studio, do a song,
make a song,
and then
play it in
send
clubs,
it to everyone.
It goes to radio, and then
Yeah.
we're happy.
But
Now,
let
me cut you right there. Ganyani, you said you're signing artists, you're signing young producers, new artists, people that nobody knows. Radio, now there's the publishing side, there's, you touched on it. Is there information out there for these young kids that, what, I'm making a song, I need to publish it. As soon as it goes to radio, yes, it's revenue, but do they know this information? Is it out there?
Yes, they do. So what they have to do is to register their songs for these collecting societies.
Yes.
We have Sampra, we have Sambro, we also have what else do we have? We have Capasso, and etc. etc. I think the most popular one is Sambro.
Yeah.
So like if you have a new song, you just have to go to notify it for these collecting societies. When it comes to playlisting of your song, for the radio stationing, that's a trick one. Like Lula is explaining, it's a trick one. A lot of guys that approach me, and especially the social media, they are still struggling.
Yes.
We are also struggling. It's not easy to get your song playlisted. And I think some of the things that we have to look at is we need songs that are radio friendly.
Of course.
Because radio stations cannot playlist any song that is submitted. You need to have a song that is radio friendly. Like what I know is it's difficult to get an instrumental song playlisted on radio.
Yes.
Because radio stations prefer songs with vocals.
With vocals,
And also make sure that your songs do not have those words.
Yes.
Do you understand? So those are some of the things that we must also look at. And as much as it's a good thing to have our songs playlisted on radio, but radios are not the only thing that can get your song, out there. Do you understand? You must try everything. It doesn't mean that if your song is not playlisted on radio, that's the end of the world.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So all you have to do is you must also push on the street. You understand? You have those DJs that are very influential. You can share your stuff with them, and then there are a lot of things that you can do now. It's even easier now, because of the internet. We are now into the digital world. If you drop a song now on internet, tomorrow, as long as it's a good song, it's gonna go out there. So what I'm saying is, if your song, and I repeat, if your song is not playlisted on radio, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world.
Okay.
Make sure you share your song, with almost everyone to make sure that it gets the attention it deserves.
Good one. Lulo Cafe, I think I've read somewhere, or I've seen on social media, you've got a school.
An academy, yeah.
An academy.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
So basically, I grew up in Sasolburg, Kuzamdela.
Yeah.
And obviously, the resources for talented people are almost non-existent, and also just information as well.
Yeah.
So I saw that need, and for me it was like, okay, I'd like to start a platform where we can actually impart this information, to come share their stories with them, and just give them as much info as possible and tools to actually not sit there with their talent. I think that's the most frustrating part about being talented, and you don't know where to go to officialize your talent and to start existing in an industry. So it's a project I started in 2018, but we started the classes in 2019. I got assisted by Sasol, and they gave me facilities at one of their education centers. So I mean, they were only doing for maths and science, like for kids during winter, for them to go there and just improve their maths and science. So my approach is that, guys, there's also arts, and there's a lack of facilities for kids who are into art to actually better themselves and share information, you know. So that was that. So I partnered with 2 ladies that are my childhood friends.
Yeah.
And yeah, last year we did classes like twice a month.
Okay.
And I put together modules, you know, with proper information.
Yes.
I got like a lot of like assistance from Summer as well with their, you know, what's needed for them to register their music, and just assisted them with what the world is like now in music and in different arts. So I mean, it went on for a year, and basically it was like they come through the day, we do the lectures, I buy meals for them so that, you know, everyone is equal, so that there isn't anything. Yeah, so I mean, we offered free meals. And then, I mean, the improvement for me was to watch what they're doing now this year. I've watched a lot of them are existing on YouTube, creating content and everything. But the bigger goal is to have an official arts academy for that region. You know, start it there and then grow it across the country if I can. But I mean, at the moment, I'm focusing it in my hometown and just making sure that it succeeds there, and then we can look for a growth plan. But I need it to be an official school, equipped with everything that's needed. But right now, we're still imparting information and just watching their progress, helping where we can.
No, that's great. I mean, look, I mean, in one of the episodes of the Keep Hope Alive shows, we touched on things like that. I mean, I was talking to DJ Mix. He's a DJ, you know, he's got a DJ school. So, but we need more of those. I mean,
I think obviously a lot of things happened only in Joburg.
Yes, yeah.
So, and then I think also if you just view from the outside, you look at KZN, as well, what they did for their arts there. Their government is very active. The tourism and everything. Yeah. So we need to start igniting that in different regions.
Yes.
Because I mean, gone are the days when we all need to move to Joburg to make it happen. Now we are able to start things in our own towns. And as Ganyani said, the internet is there now. Anything you're doing can be seen by anyone in the world if you just channel it right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Mandango, you know,
we need to know where it comes from.
No, that's our thing. I agree. You're saying we are all guys, so it's okay.
Is there a 4th person? Where's Mandam?
So you know, 2020 has been a difficult year for the arts. In fact, not necessarily for the arts, for everything.
I think we can focus it on the arts. I feel like we were hit the hard.
Like COVID-19 from March, end of March. So what was going on in your mind when the president said, lockdown, no more gigs, we're not going anywhere, stay home? So what's going on in your mind at that time?
Hey, at that time I thought this thing 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We all go, you know, and then it has happened before where one couldn't get gigs, you know, for a month, you know. Yeah. So it's something I know I can survive, you know, because it is important, you know, not only as artists or DJs, you know, to save, you know, to have reserve in case you go through a situation where you're not generating any income. So for me, I thought, 4 weeks.
3 weeks, 4 weeks, then start.
But I started feeling the heat, I think 3 months. After that, that's when, you know, one started feeling the pinch, you know. And luckily now I'm a saver, naturally, you know. You know, old school. You know.
No, look, I mean, you're one of the lucky ones.
Do you understand?
Yes, but remember,
but you need discipline.
Yes.
Yeah. You know.
So for a young artist out there, they've never saved in their life. You know, they're buying champagne, buying cars. Cool. COVID-19. Now there's no more income for 6 months. So
Look,
Yeah.
that has always been the challenge.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong in buying a fancy car. There's nothing wrong in drinking champagne.
yeah.
But as long as you save, do you understand?
But remember, they don't know what saving is, because chances are maybe he or she is working every week. So the money's there always. And there's no time to think, oh, you know what, it might be 3-4 months without a gig. So maybe, so he's comfortable. They are comfortable, they're chilling, life is going. Then COVID-19 hits. Okay, probably they're thinking the same, like 1 month, I'll be back. I think, look, the art itself got hit hard, right? Because remember, we all bank on cash, money that's like now, quick. I mean, I'm not gonna wait for month's end to get paid. I'm getting paid today. You see what I mean? So basically, all I'm saying to all you young kids out there, Ganyani said it, safe, right? Safe.
Yes. You see, you can be as disciplined as you can be.
Yeah.
You know, at this COVID-19 thing, caught us off guard.
Of course.
Do you understand? We never planned for it. Do you understand, Manang? So that was the challenge. And speaking of discipline, speaking of saving, and I think it's one of the things that we must also look at, you know, as artists, as entertainers.
Yeah.
You know, you can be disciplined, but you must bear in mind that most of our revenue is generated from live shows. You know, 85 to 90% is generated from our live shows.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You know, so you can save as much. Do you understand? But this COVID-19 thing, my man. Yes. Hey.
And it looks like it's not going anywhere, right?
Yeah, but it's also like in the past 2 months.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to observe that people are adjusting. For some reason, there's an adjustment going on. I know it's not nice when a party ends at 11 or 11:30, but slowly people are adjusting. And actually, I don't mind it. For some reason, I'm enjoying playing earlier.
Yes.
7 p.m., 8 p.m. sets. I don't know.
I'm enjoying that too. I mean,
and by that time, people are there and it's nice, and you'd hardly get that
before.
back
Yeah.
then. Because for certain styles of music that we play, playing after 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. is difficult.
Exactly. Yeah. You know?
But yeah, that goes for per genre. Yeah.
Look, I mean, I think I'm enjoying it. I'm sure, Ganyani, you're enjoying playing an earlier set. I mean, what's wrong in playing at 5 o'clock? There's nothing wrong with that.
I also enjoy early sets.
And then you can go home and sleep.
No.
We never used to sleep, you know that.
No,
So now we
sleeping,
can
no.
sleep.
No.
Work.
What
Yes, I get home and sleep.
Oh.
For a change.
Kanangoma.
Yeah, for a
Kenya
change.
camera konting ya ribo.
We'll do that. I'll
Okay,
show
so-
you.
Okay.
Yes, man. I think like I said, I mean, it's been a difficult year for a lot of us, for everyone. I mean, 6-7 months of no income. It's like you said, Ganyani was not planned. We didn't know how long it was gonna be, because if we knew last year December, we would have saved, right?
Yes.
Like 6 months, I'm done, man. This I can handle. I think the best thing is that the fact that we're still alive. We are okay. We are healthy, and the industry is opening up slowly. I'm enjoying that. Like,
Yeah. Do you think that period though of no gigs or anything, did it change? You look at the game. Did you start thinking out of the box? Did you start doing better music in studio when thinking creatively? Because obviously now we all had time to be on social media. So a lot of people are coming up with a lot of good creative ways of staying in people's minds.
I feel like, look, I mean, remember those days, I mean, that during the hard lockdown, when there was no one in the streets, right? No car, no one, and it looked like a ghost town. Like you were even thinking, like, what's going on? Is the world coming to an end? But for personally, I would sit at home because I've got time in my hands, right? And I'm like, okay, fine. What does one do to, like you said, think out of the box? What are you gonna do? For a lot of the producers, what I've seen, they started spending more time in the studios, right? And I said personal because I started listening to a whole lot of good music that was coming out. And so clearly people hit that reset button and they came out with better. I think the outlook on things was different, was like, it's March, it's let's say it's April, May. I'm not gonna be doing the same thing that I did last year in May. I'm a different person now because, like I said, I got time on my hands. You spending more time in the studio, I think, Ganyani? You were working hard in the studio.
Look, Manango, as much as the past couple of months, like 6 to 7 months, were a bit tough on us, but this thing has its own positives.
Yes.
I think our main challenge is being in a comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I think this, in a way, taught us, like you said, thinking out of the box. You started, thinking of other ways of surviving.
Yes.
Because 2020 for me is all about surviving.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I don't think there's much that is going to happen. I think we are in November now.
The year is done.
Yes, no. So we're towards 2021. But, I think because of what we went through, and it's something that we've never been through before.
Yeah.
So we're able to think out of the box. We got out of our comfort zone, started, looking at other ways of surviving. I started spending a lot of time in the studio. I started spending a lot of time with my family, So those are some of the positives that this thing came up with. You understand? So yes, it's, the pandemic, it's a bad thing, but not bad at all. Like I said.
At least there was a lot of positives that came out.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, man, I think I enjoyed this chat. And I'm hoping to all you young people, especially in the arts, you learning. It's all about, giving hope, giving you tools, and especially like I said, we're here just to empower, to share information, where we come from, what we did, where we're going. And yes, it's been a difficult year, but you know what? We stepped up, we dust off. Siaya. My name is Vinny Da Vinci. This was the Keep Hope Alive show, and we'll check you on the next one. And peace. We'll see you soon.